Hello and welcome to our information session today. This is Hannah below, and my name is Tanya. We're going to give you a detailed run through of an amazing masterclass of the ultimate offer. We've been now doing this business. I've been doing it personally for 6 years. Hannah, how many years have you been in this business?
Almost a year and a half. Almost,
Yeah,
yeah.
there
Yeah.
you go. So, yeah, a little while. We're going to take you through a series of slides. We're going to show you two parts of business. One is a direct selling business, which is a high impact income. And we're going to talk to you about an affiliate marketed product, which is a social media training platform. So, buckle in. This might take about 45 minutes. So, make sure you're comfortable. You can stop and start this video as much as you like so you can come back and read through it. So, I'm going to hand it over to Hannah to run through the first few slides.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tanya. Yes, so just as this is our first page and it's just talking about some income and earnings disclaimer, I highly recommend you pause this video and take a look and read into it, or you can even screenshot it if you're on your mobile phone and take a read through it. But it's basically just saying that there are no guarantees in the incomes that we are sharing with you today. And of course, what we'll be covering today, we'll be covering, who we partner with, and of course, the ultimate offer that we have with who we partner with, how we attract our leads coming into our offer, how we automate our offer. And so we're going to be talking about really from the beginning and all the way to how we leverage the mentorship and the community that we will be sharing with you today, all under obviously the ultimate offer. And of course, this is a question that was asked for from all of us. This is not something that I'm just going to ask you, and this is something that's actually what led a lot of us to start thinking beyond. Is what does freedom mean to you, and what does your dream life look like? A lot of us don't think too much of far in that because we are typically trained or educated or even brought up to this is what we're supposed to do and need to do. So looking far ahead is something that we don't really look into. And this is what's nice about it because we really start with where are you right now? Now, I invite you again to screenshot this or pause this video and take a look into where you're at now. Where you are currently in your life, in your health, in your wealth, in your time, and with your family, and of course your mindset. And with that, rate from 1 to 10. 10 being the highest, meaning that you wouldn't want to change anything, that you love it where it is, or obviously as low as it goes to 1. And what is it that you want that also looking into like, okay, maybe in health, there's things that need to change. So you rate a little bit lower than what it is on the other ones. But pause and stop and think about that, before we move forward to the videos.
Yeah, it's a powerful tool to actually put pen to
Yes.
paper and really write out what is actually going on in each of those sections because sometimes you don't think about it. When you start
Yeah.
writing it
Correct.
out, it's a bit of a
Correct.
shock
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, one of the other questions is where would you like to be in the next 12 months? Again, this is something we typically don't think about, but it's great to start look like where you're at right now to where you would like to be. And of course, and what needs to change right now for this to happen. So great things to think about. Again, you can pause the video and really think about it because as we move forward, we're going to share with you a lot of things. And of course, a little story, behind us before we start sharing away. My name is Heinna Reyes. I am an online business mentor. I've been in online space for a little bit over 5 years. I came into this space right when got out of maternity leave, and it was me going back to work, thinking, okay, this is the life I'm going to be going in back into corporate, and really getting myself to where I'm supposed to be. Not until obviously the lovely COVID happened and actually became redundant, and of course was forced to stay home with my kids and having to do the things because I was that normal 9 to 5 person taking my kids to childcare at 6:30 a.m. in the morning and then picking them back up at 6:30 in the evening. And I didn't know any better from there, not until I was made redundant and I got to spend time with my children. And I loved it. It was actually, I got to know them better. I actually enjoyed doing the things that we were doing. And it wasn't because it was rushed. We actually had time for each other. So when it was the time to go back to work. I had to think like any normal person. I Googled and I was like, hey, how can I make money besides this? And of course, the online space was opened up for me. And that's really when the adventure really started because I did not just find an amazing not amazing business, but also people around me that really supports me. So, like Tanya said, a little bit over a year and a half ago, I actually found this space because I've been in the online space for a while, but not until it came into this space that I really looked beyond what we were asking earlier was what freedom looked like for me, and not till then that I realized that there is more to what I was already doing. It was just kind of like the warm up of what the online space has done for me, and now I get to partner with an amazing company. I get to partner with an amazing community, and of course, that's actually where I met Tanya as well. So I'll let Tanya go ahead and tell her a little about you, but tell you about her. There you go. Yeah, that was a little tongue twister. Yeah,
No. The
yeah,
fun part about it is we just actually get to have a lot of fun online
yeah.
too, and we get
Right.
to meet a lot of people everywhere, and, so Hannah and I have only known each other for less than 12 months, and we've become
Yeah,
really great friends,
yeah,
and that's the power of actually, putting the proximity of everything and finding, your tribe, as they say. So, yeah, my name's Tanya Benlow. I actually grew up in a very small country town in Bright in northeast Victoria. I knew I was going to be a chef by trade from the age of 6. I had my first restaurant at 17 and a half, and I had my third restaurant by the time I was 24. So I was a real entrepreneur from a young age, but you work your ass off literally. And
yeah.
but the worst thing is with businesses and traditional businesses these days, you're seeing people going belly up. And we lost our last restaurant back when I was 24. I'm currently 53. And that was quite a tragic time to lose everything. So, and often this happens to everyday people without realizing what's actually happening to them, and you lose everything. Like I lost everything, hit rock bottom in life. But the great thing is sometimes is that happening, you realize what you won't ever accept to happen again. And the only way from rock bottom is actually up. So
Yeah, correct.
I had did a lot of work and a lot of soul searching for years. I changed my career a few times. The average person will change their career around about 3 to 4 times in their life. My next career merger was into sales and marketing, business development with a food manufacturer, Simplot Australia, for many years. And then I injured my spine with them. We moved from Adelaide at the time. It's where I met my husband 30 years ago. It's our 30-year wedding anniversary this year. And,
Amazing.
we lived in Cairns for, 8 years. We lived in Adelaide for 8 years, and then we moved up to Cairns, and we spent 20 years in Cairns. But when we moved up there, I was with this food manufacturer, and I actually blew the discs in my lower back and had 2 major spinal fusions in 2004. That changed my life again, and it pivoted me from out of my job, my career into something new, but it did take me quite a few years to recover, a lot of rehabilitation, and, I was told I was never gonna walk again, but I learned to do it all, and, you know, don't you hate it when somebody says, "You can't do that?" That's the thing you're going to
Yeah,
go and do. So that's what
yeah,
I love.
correct.
I love sharing my story, my journey. My husband and I traveled around Australia for 5 years in a caravan. And this was the pinnacle point where we thought about we actually need an online business to pay for this, going forward later on in life. Because we came back after that 5 years, ended up back in a job. Dale's parents started taking ill health, so we made a decision to sell the house up in Cairns and move to Adelaide to look after them. But just before that happened, after we went back to Cairns, I actually had another major accident at work. I fell down the staircase and ended up with 4 major surgeries and a second total permanent disability. So my spine also collapsed again and left me into a place of turmoil, thinking, well, what the hell can I do? My option was only to be on a disability pension for the rest of my life, and I made a decision to learn a new skill and do something I could do from home. So this is what we're going to take you through today. This is a business model that gives you time freedom, location freedom. You can literally be offline. Having an online business does not mean you're online. It actually means if it's the right business model, you can actually be offline having fun. So,
That's right.
we'll take you through that business model now. I'll hand it back to Hannah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, of course. What is the ultimate offer? Here we're going to be talking about leverage income versus linear income. And, obviously the fact of a lot of us come into the space where, we only know what we know and we only been told this is what you do. You get a job, you get the retirement and you just live off of that. But you actually, there's leverage income where you can look into where there's the work that we put in now, the work that we do and read, it's like that saying, you reap what you sow. And there's actually sustainable and leverageable income that you can use for the future to come, because most of the time we retire and that's all we have, but there's actually more to it, and we'll be able to show you that as we go through the slides. And of course, the ultimate offer is also a product and a service that people want and need and love, and this is what we're going to show with you today, especially how a lot of us are really moving to the space of the online. You will see in that here as well, and we support you that through the mentorship, and of course a model that supports people, the planet, and of course the profit. Because a lot of us, is when we came through from the COVID, a lot of us started looking into, looking to, so saving the planet, making sure the wellness part of it, and what can be sustainable for our future. And of course, we're going to be talking about high ticket versus low ticket offers, and of course we're going to be talking about an established offer, an established company, and of course where we're sitting in all of this, in $1 trillion health and wellness industry. And of course, we're going to even share I know a lot of us are looking into is what are the commissions. What it is the offers of over 50% commissions in this payment plan that we have. And of course, it's that whole thing, right? Of the bigger problem and the bigger paycheck. A lot of us, like I did, when I first started in the online space, because, a lot of things that are actually Googled, the questions right now is how do I create extra income, and how do I improve my health and well-being? A lot of us have a lot of that problem. We get to the point of our lives like, what are we supposed to do? And that's you heard from Tanya and I in our stories, where is it that we're going to go through? And a lot of us have that problems, but we never look into the dreams and goals because we're so focused on what we're doing. And so what we do is we take the problem that people have, we connect them with the solution, which is obviously the offer that we have here. And then we share with them where you can buy, and then you can get paid, and you get a commission out of all of this. It's just there's a lot of things that people look into in the world, online world, where you can get like, oh, is that it? Is that how it is? But it's really at the time of the pinnacle point on all of us that's going on in the world right now, not just here in Australia, but everywhere. There's things that you can do. But of course, what is the ultimate offer? And of course, we're going to dig deep and dive into that and showing to you the true impacts of the products that we have, and that we're going to be utilizing a platform where we're going to be sharing with you the generational wealth.
So that's
Yeah.
these two different things you're seeing on the screen. One is a direct selling business, and the other
Yep.
one that's intertwined in this is a social media platform, which we're going to show you as well. And that's an affiliate marketing business. So they're very different from one to the other. Direct selling means we're selling direct from a manufacturer to a person's home. That's the biggest business model that manufacturers are moving into these days. And we
Yep.
are seeing more and more shops closing, more and more big chain stores going belly up, and even the multi-level marketing companies, like Tupperware. We've just seen Enyo change to a whole new business model online, took away from all their distributors and things like that. So it's interesting to see how things are moving. But yeah, more big manufacturers now moving to the direct selling, using us to help do that, and they're paying us healthy commissions. And then coupled with this is the affiliate marketing product, which means, I've never heard of affiliate marketing before. It means that you get a coded link to come in and go on a buying journey, and if you like it, you buy it. So, and that can be around anything these days.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And of
You
course,
want me
this
to
is the
go?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. This is the powerful partnership, and this is who we're going to be talking about. The company that we partner with. It's actually where they're a 50-year-old company. It's actually Tanya and I were able to go into the convention last year to celebrate their 50th years. This company, of course, is an adjunct, like if you've seen it wherever that you've seen it, because they are the pioneers in health and wellness, and also they obviously offer water enriched hydrogen water that restores the body to its optimal state. And there's 68 uses. And if you ever need a list of all those uses, please feel free to contact us. We'll love to share with you what that list is, because there's a lot beyond that as well. But of course, the ones that a lot of people use, they're just 68. But I'm sure there is a lot more. Of course, the sustainable zero waste product that we're utilizing, that could last over 20 years. And of course, just to let you know, I know a lot of us are looking, and as we're going through these slides, you're like, what is this? It seems a saturated market on the online space. Just to let you know, just the Congo water, we've only been sold 3 million all over worldwide. And there's so much more opportunities. And that's just what they were doing for people to people. Now we're doing people to online, and there's more reach out there. And of course, like we're saying, it's online, it is a global growth where the company itself is expanding different offices in new country in the next couple of years. So it's really an amazing
Yeah.
opportunity. And so, yeah,
Um,
and then so yeah. And what's really nice about it is that, like I said, Tanya and I were able to go to Japan, to the convention, which was in Japan last year. If you can see some of the pictures, we were both able to go to Okinawa. As you can see to some of the pictures to from the top, that's me. And then that's actually Mr. Shiro. He is the founder of the Magic Company. And then that's his family because he's all about family. It's all about what he's enriching into this space. And what he really wants to show us is the Japanese way. And of course, because of that, the company itself is an award-winning Japanese water technology, and there's so much more. You see, Tanya, they even have a Magic Sports High School. There's me and my, I guess you say, billboard, Mr. Shiro, that you could plant a tree, and there's more to that depending on the rankings that you reach, and we can talk more about that. If you, again, any questions you may have in here, please feel free to reach out. Let us know. We can go in depth of it because we only do have a few minutes here, and you can see also Tanya on the bottom picture with a lot of the leaders in this space. And of course, lastly, that you see that bottom picture with Mr. Shear and his family in their house, in their home in Okinawa. So it's really nice to see that this company is very transparent and very powerful, and that is why we partner with them ourselves.
mm. Would you
And
like
of
me to go
course,
through this one?
oh yeah, of course, yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah,
That's all right. There's a lot to learn about water, and often you just read what you think you read on social media, and you're led by what's on the news as well. I've now been doing a lot of research on water, meeting companies that actually manufacture water filtration systems, and just learning everything from rainwater, bore water, well water, river water, our mains water as well. So there is actually a lot to learn, and more on social media, reading a lot more about the toxic waste that's in our water and the damage it's actually doing to our body. New South Wales over the last 12 months has just been hammered with about what's happening in their water. So even your bottled water you buy in the supermarket, half of that's regulated. There's no regulation of what's being sold on the shelf. And when we do pH tests on some of those waters, they're actually below 7 pH. Now, water should never be drunk under 7 pH. So there really is just looking at the different types of water you're drinking. What is your water source? That's usually the first thing we always ask you. Are you buying bottled or boxed water as well? So if you're doing that, we'd love to save you some money and put money back in your pocket. We can show you how much you could spend in 1 year. It's quite frightening. One
yeah,
of the things a lot of people think reverse osmosis water is actually good for you, but it's not because it removes all the impurity and it strips out all the beneficial minerals in it, leaving the water acidic and lacking taste. It's really fantastic for gin distilleries to make pure ethanol out of, because what our body requires is the natural minerals in the water and the salts to actually
mm,
for our body to operate properly and for us to urinate. So, did you know that our urine requires good natural minerals to urinate? So, you should never drink demineralized water. If you're doing that, you're drawing the minerals out of your bones and you can send yourself very ill very fast. So, rainwater is not meant to be drunk either. It's usually often acidic. Every time I pH test it, I think 3 out of 100 were sitting on 7 pH. All the others were about 2.5 to 4. And it's also full of heavy metals and chemicals and full of bacteria. Bore water is even full of bacteria as well. They all require pre-filtration around what we're going to show you next.
yeah,
The
and
type
of
of
course,
water you drink is also the
yeah,
health of your body.
yeah, correct,
And you
correct,
can go
correct.
with that one.
Yeah. So then, we have this motto in this business. It's called change your water, change your life. Hydration that heals. And so why does Kangen water compare? There's a lot of things around it. Like Tanya said, here in New South Wales, there's a lot of talk into it, into the water. But of course, it's the hydration into cellular level. It goes back to putting you back into your optimal health. So it's faster recovery, improves your health, and it's really switching to Kangen water, supporting the detox process at a cellular level. And of course, the molecular hydrogen, the antioxidant superpower. It really has that potent antioxidant that contains and compares to any other liquid that you drink in the planet that crosses the blood-brain barrier and really supports the nervous system function. And there's so much words, right, that we have all that put in here, but that's the thing. We don't know what we're drinking, but once we start knowing, it goes into well, like wow, I never knew how much it can really help me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And of course, you want to fuel your body with the purest water. And this is one of the top products that we have here. It's called the K8, and it's the water ionizer that transforms regular tap water into hydrogen rich ionized alkaline water, which really supports the deep hydration at this cellular level. And it's a powerful antioxidant properties that help neutralize free radicals, reducing inflammation and promoting detoxification in your body. And of course, drinking K8 water really balances the body's pH. And I know Tanya talked a lot about the different pHs that are not just going through here, but like if you're drinking it from rainwater, from bottled water. And of course, if you would like to know a little bit more about that, let us know because we could definitely show you when we test the pH on different types of drinking water that people have.
Absolutely, yeah. One of the other things I was just thinking of, which we probably haven't covered off, is as
Yeah,
well where it says detoxifying the body. When you drink alkalized water, this is because this is an electrolysis machine. And so, what it does, it creates alkalized water when you drink it. So, when you drink alkalized water, you return your body back to an alkaline state. So,
correct.
if you're really unwell, it's highly like your body is in an acidic state. And usually, you find that if you go out to a naturopath and or you're very unwell, so if you had the big C, that means you have a highly acidic state body. But
Yeah,
when you first drink this water in the first 3 days, your body actually does go through a detoxing process. And at worst, if you're very unwell, you will get a bit of diarrhea. But it
correct.
settles on the fourth day. And after usually 7 to 10 days, your body starts to rebalance and you start to feel really, really amazing. Like it's quite significant to see the changes of how it makes you feel.
Yeah, and it's that like we were saying, it's crazy how even not just drinking water, what this machine does, it replaces a lot of things. Like we were talking about earlier, there's 68 ways you can use the machine or the water itself. But if you think about it, it replaces your bottled water, all-purpose cleaner, bleach, laundry detergent, fruit and veggie wash, makeup remover, toner, deodorant, conditioner, stain remover, fabric softener, disinfectant, mouthwash, and even hand sanitizer. And there's more. Like I said, we have that list, but I know we've seen a lot of people in our community use it in many different ways. And it's the fun part of it is like just that it's lasting over 20 years or so. It really saves an average family of four over $2,000 per year. And wouldn't you want that back into your pockets? Especially now what's going on in the world. So for sure.
Need to put money
Uh,
back in our pocket.
yeah, correct, correct. Yeah, and did like we said, don't take our word for it. It's all over the news. What's going on just here in Sydney alone, where I am located? I know Tanya is in Adelaide, but the drinking water contains forever chemicals. And if you're even just listening to these type of articles, looking at it, what's going on in the city water, you get pushed back because you trust in thinking you can drink these things, but you utilize it every day. And what is exactly that's going into the water? And what's really nice is there's actually PubMed. It's a free resource that's supporting the research and the of just life sciences of talking all about how it shows over 1,000 ways of peer-reviewed benefits of drinking hydrogen-rich water. So just because we're saying it doesn't mean that it's true, but we actually saying it because it's backed up from our community and of course, it's just from PubMed as well.
Yeah, I think the worst thing is a lot of people do Google searches.
Yeah,
Google does not have published medical results. To
correct.
find that, you've got to go to PubMed or Google Scholar or a different
Yeah.
platform. And these are medical research documents done by proper medical professionals. So we can actually give you an email with a list. So if you'd love to give us your email, we will send you out a list of research documents to make that simple and easy for you as well.
Yeah, no, correct, correct. Yeah. And of course, let's be part of the solution, right? Like a lot of us don't really, like I said, going back to what is what is your title or what is your whatever it may be, what do you think what freedom is being part of the solution. Consumers, a lot of us are getting more health conscious. A lot of us start thinking as we get older as well and seeing in our family, really seeking products that will help improve our overall well-being. It's not something that we're just like, hope for the best, this is maybe, but it's really finding a way to what is the solution to what is the root cause of a lot of the things that are happening within ourselves and our body. And having a household water ionizer in the market is really is witness to really a lot of people are going to it. People are like researching it, we're really looking into it. And just to let you know, by 2032 water ionizers are expected to grow about 8.7%. in every year. So a lot of people are wanting it, are needing it. It's getting more exposure because again, the lovely online space has been able to share that in a wider range. And of course, the company that we partner with, the one that we've just spoken about, Enagic, is the number one water ionizer company in the world.
Absolutely. And if you
Yeah.
haven't noticed, all of the certifications down underneath it shows you the certifications of this product as well. No
Yeah.
others on the market have that. And it also is in Japan, it's a certified grade medical grade device as well. And that was
Yeah.
what it was
Correct.
created for originally in Japan to the commercial one. So we're not showing the commercial one today, but there is a commercial one for home, cafes, restaurants, salons,
Gyms.
manufacturing, farming,
Yeah.
whatever. So there is a commercial one available. So I'm going to take you through the money. Who wants to
That's
see the
right.
money? We always want to know where's the money? How much do you make? So we're going to show you a series of slides. You can come back and forwards to these and just have a look at it. But ultimately, at the end of this, we want to invite you to come in and actually see this in the business. It's free to come in and see it, but we're just going to take you through a strategy. So, how does it work? These are the four products that we do recommend to start with, and it's just being able to have one of each in your home. So, how does it work? Enagic is a manufacturer, and to open a distributorship with them, you only have to purchase one product. So, we usually sell you the shower system first, and then you sell yourself the other products, and then you get paid a healthy commission out of that. So, once you purchase a product out of Enagic, you've got global distribution rights for life. There's never any sales expectations. There's no fees, costs, or charges ever with Enagic. You only have to purchase the one product to open your distributorship, and then you just buy the other products as you choose.
Yeah.
This also becomes a business setup cost, which means you can claim the whole lot back on your tax return as well. So the initial investment to buy the product for your home, that's all it is. There's no other costs or charges, no other investment, is just to purchase one for your home. If you bought all four in there, we're just going to give you an idea. You can make $656 back into your own pocket in your own first sale. If you bring three or four or five other people into your business, and this can be other people bring other people into the business, it doesn't have to be all yours. So the first five quad sales that goes into your organization, this is a very unique patent payment system we're going to show you next, pays you $15,700. Now they pay the same rate of commissions as the local water filter shop, the guy buying his water filters from another company and selling it to you direct from the shop, getting paid the same level. All right. So it makes it more viable for them to pay us. The next six sales that Mary, Joe, John, and Beth down the road go and sell to their friends becomes a cumulative sales, brings you up to 11 total sales, puts $45,000 and $530 in your bank account. Like it's huge money. And this is why we call it a high impact income online. And the great part about it is we're never selling really to our friends or family because social media is open 24/7 and we can sell to anybody globally, which is what we do. We educate people online. So really, in first part of the business model, we're going to show you how to put $100,000 in your bank account. So in the next slide after this one, I'm going to show you that Enagic has what's called an 8-point pattern payment system, and they have 6 distributorship lanes that you purchase throughout your first 100 sales. So when you sell yourself your first K8, you make, but your name could be Shelley, just to give you an idea, you make $400 already back on your first sale back to yourself. Now I go and sell one to Hannah, which is Kate on there, and I make $400 out of that as well.
Yeah.
So then Kate goes and signs up Jess, or I could go and sign up Jess, and my next sale, my 1A lane's only 2 sales. The 2A lane is 7 sales. I get 800 for every sale that goes in there. But those people sit in the distributorship line for life, and I would make $800 off every sale. Once I unlock the third distributorship lane, I start, which is Bob's opening my third distributorship lane. All the sales that go in there for life, I make $1,200 out of those sales as well. So it becomes an incredible business the way the model works. And how it works, I'm just going to show you the compensation plan on the first one, which is just selling the K8s, the standard model for the home. It's fully portable. You can take it anywhere. I fly with mine everywhere. Take it to a hotel room. I literally don't like my pillow. I don't leave home without it. And I actually just recently flew up to Sydney and took one up there for Hannah to
Yeah.
use as a home machine as well.
Yeah.
So It's a very interesting business model. There is nothing like it out in the market, and Enagic created their own patent system. So if you think of a piece of a pie, cut into 6 pieces, each piece of that pie is worth $400. So once you get to your total group sales gets to 101 sales, every product that you sell, then you get $2,400 for a K8. So I'm what you call a 6A leader in the business. So as soon as I got to my 6A sales, I've always been able to get $2,400 for every K8 sale I sell. I often just sell random K8s all the time, which is fantastic. But in each of those distributorship lanes, you can see it's between like 3As 11 to 20, and then 4As 21 to 51, 5As that sales. So once you've unlocked all your distributorship lanes, you can continue to build your business under all each individual distributorship lane as well. So it's quite a powerful business model when you really see how it works. But most people will buy three, four, or two, or three, or four, or five products. So if I'll just go to the far end and show you, your first sale to yourself, if you bought an Anaspa and two K8s, the reason you would buy another K8 is like a loan machine, which is I've loaned one
Hmm.
up in Sydney for Hannah and her friends to use, is the power of an extra machine and loaning it out to people to try can put an extra $80,000 in your pocket a year. That's roughly what people are getting back in their pocket. So the next, because you've bought the first couple of products, that locks your first 1A lane out. So the second lane, which is 2A lane on that far one there, means that the first two people that you bring in your business and they buy that package, you get $2,368 commissions just for those two that probably come in and finish that lane off. Then your third A lane opens for your third person to come in and start the business. So you get to kind of get the gist how it works. So it's a cumulative sales. You're not actually having to do it. And theoretically, if all you ever did was one on each of those to unlock each of those sales and your team went and sold it for you, it's a fantastic business model to see. When you see it
Yeah.
and feel it in action, it's quite mind blowing. So just to give you an idea, we had fairly big uptake in our business in December. One lady came in and bought the whole package, and that pays me $7,100 in my pocket, which is a great business model, and it's really fantastic. So we really just want to show you how to get to your first $100,000 in your bank account. Now, this is a business model that is really serious. It's been around 50 years, so it's not anything that's hidden. And this is just a direct selling business model from a manufacturer. So to do $100,000 in your bank account, it's only 15 group sales for the year. So it is very achievable. If you think about multi-level marketing businesses having to go and sell literally 1,000 products to earn what we do in one commission, the amount of energy and effort you could do would be quite substantial.
Yeah.
So just want to share with you their generational wealth business model. So Enagic has come and many years ago created this generational wealth business model to really help people earn a good income out of it by sharing their products. So the
Hmm.
Direct Selling Association, you can have a look on who's on there as well. And they pay you a profit sharing and title bonuses, quarterly bonuses, and monthly bonuses once you get to a certain level. So this effectively gives you ownership into their business, and that's what they want to do. They're a great family-owned business. Their vision is amazing. They manufacture every component of their products in-house, and that is what is amazing about their business as well. So when you get to 6A, your first title bonus is 3,000 US dollars, a bonus check. There is a criteria to make that in that 1 month as well, which is really easy to do. Then once you own two 6A lines into your business, it's very simple because once you start one, the next one follows in behind it. You make a 6,000 US dollar bonus as well. And then it just keeps growing. This business model means you don't have to be doing a lot for it. It's very automated, which I'm going to show you next. And we leverage social media because social media is open 24/7. So your bonuses just continue to grow. You can walk away from this business and take a year out or 2 years out and come back, and it just keeps picking up from where it was and continues forward. It never goes back like other businesses where you got to start from the start each time either. The big component here, this was my eye opener for me. If I was looking like I lost my last business and we lost a few $100,000, had to start a business again. Now, this business has taken me, 5 years to build the foundations of something that's going to pay me for the rest of my life. So when you get to 6A2-3, that means you've got two 6A2-2 lines. You get paid a title bonus of 25 grand US dollars, and you're guaranteed 5 grand US dollars into your bank account monthly for life. Now, if you pass away, that is also willable to whoever you leave that in your will with as well. You do also need to make sure that's written in your will. So we've seen a couple of women in our community who have died suddenly, one from a car accident, one from cancer, and had very young children. Now, Enagic has actually passed all these legacy wealth payments down to the children so that they're financially well looked after. They do not have to do this business, they've just got to receive the money. That is the most amazing and incredible business model anybody could ever offer. Now, I'm not going to go through the rest, but you can visually see the rest of them, and that is real. And I know people that are in all of those. You
Yeah.
can also not only own one of each of those, you can have as many as you like of each of those as well, which is the most incredible business model. So I'm going to hand it back to Hannah.
Of course. And of course, right now you're probably thinking, oh, that's all of those numbers. What's going on with all those numbers? But we want to take back into sharing with you because I'm sure a lot of saying, is this an MLM? What is this all about? We want to just give you a cross compare and looking into a traditional MLM and a leverage income model. So, a traditional MLM, like Tanya said, there's monthly quotas. There's things that you have to get back or you can get deranked. Here, there's no quota. You never get deranked. You know, there's a time where you want to travel for 6 months, which we've seen some people do travel for 6 months and pick back your business back up. You could also looking into where per sale in MLM, typical MLM, which we call like low ticket, is you go maybe about 20 to $150 per sale. But here in leverage income, you're averaging minimum 400 and above up to 7,000 per sale. And that's just something that will, it's mind blowing. It takes a lot of $20 to get to $7 to 7,000, right? And of course, regular products that's auto ship. This one is you can have optional auto ship for growth. It's again compared to low ticket to high ticket. Again, it's mainly just from the money you get back per sale. And of course, with the MLM, there's no legacy income. It's basically when you stop, things stop. But with this business model, there's generational wealth building. It's not just like when you stop, it stops. There's more to come, even after you know you're long past, and your children will benefit from this as well. There's licensing fees and some minimums in MLMs that you have to reach every month or whatnot, and here you don't. And of course, with MLM, you're always recruiting. Like join us because they need to meet these quotas. Here, there's a lot of attracting because we start mentoring. We really change our lives, not just from the inside, but also in our personal development and so forth. So there's a lot of attraction because you really see the changes within the people in our community. And of course, what are you talking about? What are you talking about attracting leads to your offer? Like with this, you've seen this, or maybe you've seen this through our wire or our social media, whatever it may be, is that we have strategies that are all around this. It's not something that we just came up with. We have been taught again and again of what could be the best way to utilize social media. We're optimizing and how to, talk to our listeners, talk to the people that we're attracting. And of course, we're learning from the top social media experts in the industry. This is not something that we just tried and hope for the best. This is actually people that are experts in that social media, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or even paid or organic marketing. It is all in this space. And of course, like I said, we teach you both organic and paid. And of course, you don't need prior experience. For myself, when I started in the online space, I actually wasn't online for 2 years. It took me a bit to kind of pick it up, but once I got into this space, I learned a lot. And I know even Tanya, I think you said you didn't have any following or you didn't do any social media when
I
you
didn't even
started.
use it.
And look at her now. Yeah, there you go. And like, look at us, look at her now. She's killing it online. And it's just being, look from what she's learning, being authentically her,
Yeah,
sharing this
it's simple.
opportunity. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it is very simple.
And
Yeah,
literally,
yeah,
you
it
can do
is.
anything on social media these days. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. And of course, you talk about how do you do? How do you make sales? And it really starts from paid organic marketing. Just like how you reach us here, we shared with you this opportunity. You're watching this video right now and be like, okay, what is it? I'm curious. You get into a call with either us or we also have a team that does that for you. But of course, if you email us or give us a call or whatnot, you're more than welcome to just schedule a call with us and we can share with you any questions you may have from this video and beyond. And of course, from there, you invest into one of the products, and of course, your wellness, and then just really take off because the next thing is once you like Tanya said for earlier, that once you invest into a product, you get a distributor ID number, and you're ready to go, really launch and receive mentorship within the academy. So from the Magic and then also the academy that we have. So it's really amazing. You get all of the best of both worlds. It's not just like, well, again, hope for the best as you go on. No, we really go from social media, education, automation, and you're just duplicating what we've done, but in your authentic way, not just having to. It's not a cookie cutter type of way. It's basically we give you the strategies, the skeleton, and you run with it on, of course, through our mentorship and our guidance as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the affiliate marketing component too that we were mentioning at the start of the video. So what this will
Yeah.
be is that our next step is to give you a coded link to come into this academy. It's a social media training platform that was designed to help you build and scale your business online. And you don't need any skills. Like I'm a true testament to that. And you learn everything from start to finish, and you earn and learn at the same time. Like you don't actually need to, we haven't launched really up in 2 weeks. So we will give you a code link, and that takes you what's called on a buying process. So it'll capture the information. You'll be able to come and watch a series of 7 videos, and then you'll be able
Yeah.
to book a call with the sales team. So as we say, we have a free sales service in here, which is worth its weight in gold. It's fantastic. So that gives you time freedom and location freedom, because I can be on a holiday and be off grid and offline, and my sales still
Mm.
go.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And of course, we talk about now that we have the right offer and how to get it and all of the above. We're getting this in front of your buyers, so it's time to automate that offer. And that's what Matanya was saying. We're leveraging this platform it's automated. We can go somewhere else and vacation and things are still happening. Make sales 24/7. Things are rolling through. The time flexibility. Last year, even the year before, I was able to travel all around and with even with my kids. So it's given me that flexibility. It's a system that works for you. Again, once you learn and get into the platform and it really works for your lifestyle and how you want it. And of course, even the sales calls are done for you. If you don't feel comfortable doing it yet, you're more than welcome to utilize that what it is in the platform. So it's not something you have to be an expert on anything. It's not,
No.
And of course, I'll let Tanya talk a little bit more introducing the academy. Yeah.
Yeah, the academy is a self-paced training learning program. You can, for me, coming out of the education and training space, when I saw this, it was fantastic because I had no skill set in that. I'm really good at going sales and marketing out on the road talking to people, but when I came into here, I actually had to unlearn everything and learn it into a social media way, which was fantastic. So it was so easy to do. You can go back through videos as many times as you like. But the first thing is we're going to take you through the onboarding thing right from day one and show you how to set your social media channels up properly for success. It's a step by step guide. The first 30 days is so structured out for you. You just log in when you got time. It might be 15 minutes
Mhm.
there, an hour here, hour there, when it suits you. It's open 24/7. So the backup part about the sales team in there, they'll do everything for you. They'll even, if you
Mhm.
needed finance to start your business, they'll even do all that for you, which is absolutely worth its weight in gold. It's absolutely fantastic to have a free service for you. And all the self-paced courses in there. There's master classes every fortnight on a Thursday, 11 o'clock Queensland time, by an entrepreneur from all around the world. If you miss it, there's a vault. There's vaults for everything. Every
Yeah.
social media channel, everybody from any age from 10 to 80 can use it, and it's a perfect business for a whole family to do as well. Or if you've got a
Mhm.
couple of friends that wanna come and do it together, you can just actually buy one academy and the 3 or 4 of you can actually use the same one. That'll help you save a few costs if that was what you wanted to do as well. It is a full business hub, like, it does everything for you. You don't have to be making webinars or email campaigns or sales funnels or anything like that if you've never heard of it. Usually that's a bit
Yeah.
weird. Um,
Yeah.
it's all done for you. Like everything's done for
Yeah.
you, all the graphics done for you, all the content's done for you for your social media. They've thought of everything, and if there's nothing in there, they'll put it in there, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's
So,
always changing and growing, and there's also new information being put in there. So it's not
mm,
something that's archaic. It's developing as the world is updating. So that's really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so many education hubs inside. There's massive
Yeah.
sections to teach you everything around the water business as well. But what we have really here is a business that people need and want. Every time I talk to somebody or a business owner, the first thing I always say is, are you making money in your business? A lot of people are really not. That's the truth of it. Very little businesses these days are actually making pure profit. And
Mhm.
the biggest thing I always say to them, Are you using social media to leverage your business online? And if you're not, this is going to show you how to do it. Within the first 30 days, you can start learning the Facebook ads, and the Facebook ad section is about teaching you the best by the best person in the business. So it's really amazing to follow. But the community of people that we get to connect with as well,
Mm,
Australia-wide and globally, is amazing. Like, we actually run events everywhere all the time. We love to celebrate because we all make a lot of money, so we get to celebrate and really live life, whether it's a small win or a big win. And a small win can or a big win can be actually just launching a business for the first time. You don't have to make any sales, but just pushing through the barriers of actually starting your page and getting it up and running is quite a big celebration just at the start. So we love to collaborate as well. So if you are in a particular industry and you wanted to collaborate with other like-minded individuals, we highly encourage it. This is not a business where people stay away from each
yeah.
other and your own little cluster groups. This is a community where you all come to group together and do things together, which is another thing that just really sets this business apart from everyone else. So, Hannah?
Yeah, and of course, you see why members of our community partner with this. Like Tanya and I, again, we've only known each other for a couple of months, but just the fact that we have the same drive and wanting to get to our dreams, it's really nice. Because again, this is why, and you can see in the next slide, not just no ticket for our word for it. There's a lot of people in our community that feel the same way. That it's not something that they just hope and dreams that this is happening. They chose this model and commissions because it's a chance for a legacy income. It's not just a one, two, three. It's really going beyond, what we know of, especially beyond, especially that what we've been taught in our lifetime. So, of course, the next thing is I just want to share on here is that the first step you want to do is just book the discovery call. You have our information. I'm sure wherever you found this, so you book a call with us. Whether Tanya or I, that we can answer any questions that you may have throughout this, because there's a lot of information and there's only so much we can say in 45 minutes. But there's a lot of information. It's really nice because depending on what your personal question may be, if we don't know the answer, we definitely have a community that will help us find that answer. And of course, complete the discovery process, get through it, watch everything, and take a look into what this is really about. And of course, the last step is to get started, and get it and unlock your true potential and what you could do with this business.
Absolutely. Yeah, I run my whole business off my phone.
Yeah,
That just
yeah,
shows you
yeah,
how easy it is.
yeah,
And
that's true.
you don't actually have to be online to
Yeah,
have an
that's
online business, and that was what a lot of people say, "I don't have time." If you don't have time, this is the business to be getting into to give you the time, because we actually this business works around us and our normal life. I'm
correct.
fully retired and I get to do what I wanna do each day, and if anything happens, like at the moment, we have family crises going on, and that every this business works around that. So that's what I love the most. So, yeah.
Yeah, correct, correct, correct. Yeah. And of course, join the global community of like minded change makers. Let's connect, let's collaborate, and of course, let's celebrate because, again, this is not just about us, but it's also being able to help others do the same thing that we've done and also people in this community. And of course, like Tanya said, not a lot of us have, the time, but there's 7 days in a week. Someday it's not one of them. So let's go ahead and take our time back.
Mm. And create your own
Alrighty.
legacy.
That's right. Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you
Yeah,
so
one of the
much.
things I think I just wanna add one more thing. One thing that
Yeah.
somebody said to me at the start was, "What do you wanna be remembered by when you die?" I've never been asked that
Ah,
before. So this is
no,
a
no,
powerful
yeah,
thing to go away and think about tonight. You get to create your own legacy and how you want people to remember you by, when that, occurs down a long way down the track. So, yeah, thank
yeah.
you, Hannah. It was lovely to
Oh,
share the
thank you.
journey with
Thank
you
you.
guys, and
No,
I hope
thank you
you
as well.
reach out. Let's get you started. If you want to book a call with us, you're welcome to. And we look forward to just opening the door just so you can come and see it, because we just like you to make your own informed decision. There's no pushy sales in this business at all. And if it's not for you just walk away. So,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
all right. Yeah. Thank you so much. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.